Going into the next fight, we got Alex Oliveira versus a scary-looking Asian Russian man in Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah, so we got, Brazilian Cowboy, and I love this guy. So he took this fight on short notice. So that's the big thing with him. Sometimes weight cuts are problems for him. I mean, I don't think this will be such an issue. He's been active enough to be in camp and to be training, that kind of thing. So I don't think he's going to be coming in unhealthy by any means. But, taking a guy like Rakhmonov. So here's the funny thing. While I was doing these notes, of any fighter on this card, I have watched the most tape on him. And here's why.
Okay.
The man looks like Kazushi Sakuraba. And I know you might not know who that is, but there's this legendary Japanese fighter who's fought in all the big names that you do know. It just so happens, I think he's Dana White's favorite fighter to this day.
One of my favorite fighters ever, Kazushi Sakuraba.
You can find out for sure, but probably his favorite fighter of all time, my definite favorite fighter of all time, looks just like him. Oh my God.
Wow.
And he's a Kazakh fighter.
That's high praise.
Yeah, he's a Kazakh fighter. So, I mean, the reason why I like him is he looks the part. He's incredibly young. He's incredibly young. And when he was fighting at M1, I think he had a lot of finish potential. Problem is, in some of his highlights, I found he was getting taken down a little bit easily. He's so reckless. He's constantly going for submissions and he's constantly going for punches where he kind of leaves himself out there. And I think
exposed.
And Cowboy is just, Cowboy came onto the scene and really kind of took us by storm, but at the same time, he climbed the ranks in a very elegant way from an MMA perspective, from a UFC perspective. We all fell in love with him. He became that, household name to the not so everyday fan. So the hardcores, they know this guy. I'm really happy for him for so late in his career to be able to do that. Now, taking on a prospect like this, I think Rakhmonov has a good size and distance striking ability to kind of keep him at bay. So I would attack the body. This is the kind of fighter where the body might be weak, get him tired, get him struggling for those takedowns, because that's when you might be able to take him out. Second, third rounds. Don't stand and try to trade with him too much because he's creative. That's what you want to avoid, right? He's going to be trying to throw some power shots at you. And I think Rakhmonov looks good enough for his age against that competition. So now it's going to be a true test. And what I love about this fight for him is, despite being so young, he has the opportunity to take on such a big name on short notice. Even with that, it's a big fight for him. And so looking at the odds, even with the short notice fight, I can't help but feel that Cowboy has to get the edge in this, just based on Rakhmonov not being known and Cowboy being who he is. So a minus 190 to a minus 230 makes sense to me here.
It's actually even smaller. It's minus 155, and that kind of reflects, the respect that Shavkat is getting, with his history. It's kind of like He has all of the tools. Now incorporate the IQ, and you can get there,
Wow. So you know what that tells me? I don't even know if we'll touch this fight publicly, because I thought I was being generous for Cowboy, and it sounds like I was. And so for this fight to be that close, it just tells me that if we lay on this, we're laying on such a small mistake. If I want to lean the underdog and the new guy who I really do believe in becoming a somebody in the UFC, it's just this fight. Of all fights, he's long. He also can strike from a distance. He's powerful. He likes to go crazy. Are you able to deal with that crazy level of a UFC fighter? That's where I put him at a minus 220, minus 230, that experience, that ability to be in an octagon. The ropes. Let's talk about M1 having ropes. So there's a big difference there. This guy loves to play off the ropes and be in the corners and things like that. So these things don't exist for him anymore. This is a fact. You can't do these things. And so I found that a lot in his fights, and I just think, man, Cowboy now at a minus, sorry, you said minus 155?
155, yeah.
Oof, I can't ignore that,
Yeah, exactly. While, he has a shot, there's the odds don't reflect that enough for us to want to sprinkle on the dog there.
Exactly.